chose Superman for my superhero. I don't know a tremendous amount about Superman like the real big fans of him would, but what I do know is that he is a positive example in many ways, and in one of those ways, that is verbal communication. Verbal communication is the sharing between individuals by use of speech and speaking understood words and the stress of tone. The research I have done on Superman, he seems to be pretty spot on in verbal communication. When he talks to people, he's very friendly with his tone as well as his actions, and that can help really go a long way in verbal communication. When talking to someone with a friendly tone and a smile, it not only is showing that person humility, it is also showing them respect. And Superman does exactly that to everyone he's talked to. It is also important to be taught those skills, and I found out Superman was taught those by his foster parents when he was young. They also taught him that he needs to have a strong sense of purpose, morality, and compassion, and that can help be a very pleasant person to be around, and everything I've seen Superman was. Superman was also a really good listener, and he showed interest in the conversation that when he was being talked to, and he also avoided interrupting them. In the textbook on page 89, Vertebird talks about practicing mindfulness, which is paying attention to what is happening in any given moment of a conversation. In my opinion, being a good listener is somewhat overlooked, and some might think it's not as important, but let me just give an example. If you're talking to someone and they just keep interrupting you or not showing really interest in your conversation, it can come off really rude. So, to me, it's really important to be a good listener. Superman also speaks very clear and with confidence, and it shows in his body language, which body language I feel is important in verbal communication. A lot of people consider nonverbal communication, but I still think it's just as important in verbal communication. So, all those qualities, in my opinion, is what show to be a positive in verbal communication, and I feel that Superman has shown all of them, and that is why I chose him for this speech.